Today we're doing a household survey, an Atlanta vaccination coverage survey. We're mapping and listing all of the households in this cluster, and we're asking for eligibility criteria if there is a child ages 12 to 23 months. At the very end, all of the data will be synchronized with the supervisor's device, and then the supervisor will draw a sample. Only the households that have kids ages 12 to 23 months are eligible for that sample, but we don't know that unless we go to the field and find out. That's what we're here to do today. Hi, I'm Amber, and I'm the admin for this coverage survey in Atlanta.
I'm Louie, and I'm a supervisor for the survey.
I already recorded and established a configuration. It's this coverage survey. If I tap on it, you can see here that it has the clusters and it has the name of the Atlanta coverage survey here. So I'm going to export the entire configuration to Louie. I'm going to press export and then choose the QR code method. All right, so it's ready. And now Louie, over in his screen,
Going to hit import configuration. And then I have the option of QR code and file system. I'll hit QR code.
so he'll hover over mine, and the devices are close to each other.
Now I'll click on the coverage survey, and you can see I'll scroll all the way down, and we have the coverage survey imported. Okay, I'm going to create my cluster 1 teams by hitting the plus sign here. I enter the team name, team 1. Now I'm going to scroll in and then hit the edit sign. So now I'm going to create the first cluster area. And now I'm creating the team 2 cluster area. Alright, so now I'm going to send the team 1 configuration to the enumerator. Click on team 1. Click on upload and QR code.
And I'm John, the enumerator for Team 1. We come to the home screen and click Import Configuration, then QR code. Then I can scan the supervisor's QR code, say yes to connect to the device, and that has imported the Team 1 cluster. While the screen was initially black, this meant that I needed to connect to Wi-Fi. Once connected to Wi-Fi, you can see the enumeration area appears.
Now I'm sending the configuration to team 2. Again, I'll hit upload, QR code. It's created the QR code. And then we'll repeat the same process for each of the teams for the configuration.
So there's only 2 times you need Wi-Fi. The first is at the beginning of the study, when the admin sends the data to the supervisor, and the supervisor sends the data to the data collectors, so that the maps can be downloaded from the internet. So when you're out in the field collecting data, you don't need Wi-Fi. The second time you do need Wi-Fi, though, is at the very end. You've completed the household survey and you came back to an area that has Wi-Fi. You need to send the ODK data up to the servers, so you need Wi-Fi there, and you can also export the GPSSample data set.
All right, now we are at a household that is a single family residence. So we're going to practice adding a single family household in GPSSample. In order to do that, you've got 2 buttons to choose from. One button, the location marker with the plus sign, is how you add a point of interest that you can take a photo of and document. The other one is the one we want to use, where we can add a household. So here we'll click Add Household, use our current location since we're currently at the residence, and it is a single family unit, not a multifamily location. So we hit No. We can enter the subaddress as the address number or some unique identifier, and then we can reduce this additional information. For the cluster ID, I'm in Team 2. We'll say my name is Marie for now. And for the date today, we'll enter today's date. This structure does contain households, so we select yes. And let's say that I spoke with the resident to get their information. And the head of a household was Steph R. Once we have the head of household, we can enter the number of household residents. We'll say 3 here, and the total number of children between the ages of 12 and 23 months, which is 1. Then for that child, we'll get this information to enter the child's name. In this case, it's Dozer, and the age of the child in months, 15. Once we have all of that, we can hit save, and we have a complete data set here. So we'll save it there, and we'll see that the household as appeared and is highlighted as green, showing that the data is complete. Sometimes you may want to take a photo of the household, and if you have the owner's consent, you can do that in the GPSSample app. So here, you can select your household by clicking on the house or the line ID and clicking the camera button at the top. And then once you have that, you can snap a photo of the residence. For this new household, I'll create another household ID using their number, and I can reduce the size of this top information here. I've already completed the information for Team 1. John is the enumerator. The structure is a household, so I select yes here. And again, I'm speaking with a resident. I'll fill out this head of household's name. And in this household, there's 4 residents, of which 2 are children aged 12 to 23 months. And now I can save this once again, saying complete or incomplete. Incomplete. But in this case, it's incomplete because we did not have all of the information. Adding a note about why. And then we can save this, and we will be able to come back later. Now you can see that there's a household highlighted in red, showing that it is incomplete next to another household. Here we are at a structure that is a multi-family household. So there are multiple families living here. So in that case, we will create a multi-family location in our GPS sample. So we follow the same method of adding a household, and then we'll use our current location. This one is a multifamily location, so we select yes. And then we put plus for each individual family. You can see here that the multifamily structure appears as an icon that looks somewhat like an apartment building or a house. And here we can look into the data for that household. So I've already populated the data, and for the third apartment, for instance, 1203, we have all of our standard enumeration information about the enumerator, the date, and that this residence contains families. And then in this case, there are 5 household residents, including 2 children between the ages of 12 and 23. And then you can see that we're able to include data on each of those children below, including their name and their age in months. Then we hit save as usual and have our information.
Now I'm going to collect a point of interest. This is a way that the enumerators can easily contextualize the area and help find their way back to the households. The point of interest is a church right here. And so I'm going to use this icon to add this point of interest. And I'll tap on the photograph button and take a photograph, click OK, and provide a description, church, and hit save.
My name's Andrea. I'm an enumerator from Team 1, and I just finished enumerating all of the houses in my area. Here is the map, and getting ready to send this data to my supervisor.
Today I'm standing in for Louie. I got a promotion. So today I'm going to be the one taking the data from the enumerator. So Andrea with Team 1 will pass the field data over to the supervisor. In order to do so, in the GPSSample app, I will click Import Field Data and select QR code to generate a QR code.
Then, as an enumerator on my side, I'm going to hit the up arrow to upload my data, hit QR code, and read and voila, data sent.
Data has been transferred. I can see Team 1's enumerated data in our file. In order to see that, we click the Cluster 1 and Enumeration and go to the team that imported the data, in this case, Team 1. And we can see all of the households that were enumerated here. Now it's time to generate a sample. We use the enumerated data provided by our team members, and we will present the data collecting 15 households in this sample. That was a rule that was established by the admin, and as a supervisor, I cannot change that. Next, you select Generate Sample, and this should create that sample of 15 households out of the total enumerated area. Then you hit Next. On this screen, you hit plus to add a team. Make sure to create a team name, in this case, Team 1, and then zoom into your enumeration area where you've got the selected households, and you will select the pencil button to draw a certain area around those households. Once you circle those households, you should see them highlighted as your new enumeration area for Team 1, and then you can select Save. Now you can see that Team 1 has been created, and you're ready to go.
I am a data collector now, and I'm about to get data from my supervisor. He's going to send me the sublist so that I can go out and collect household data. I'm now going to import configuration from my supervisor. So I'm going to select QR code, and then my supervisor is going to export his QR code. And now I'm going to scan, and it'll take a moment to buffer. Okay, and now it's pulled up on my side, and the screen is just showing black because I'm not connected to Wi-Fi at the moment.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm a data collector. After navigating to one of the sample households and confirming that it has a child between the ages of 12 and 23 months, I can click on the household and view that information on the Show Enumeration Info, and I'm going to launch the survey. You'll see that it shows up here, and it's going to load the form in ODK Collect. Once you've answered all the questions in the survey, you'll click Next, and a launch icon will appear. After clicking Launch, a unique ID will be created that's the same from the GPSSample. Saving a completed survey in GPSSample, the household will change from orange to purple.
And I'm out collecting data, but the members of the household are not home. So I'm going to mark this survey as incomplete. And so to mark this as incomplete, I'm going to select the household, select Mark as Incomplete, check the incomplete box and indicate that nobody was home. And you can also add notes here. And I'm going to click Save. And you can see that it's orange, and this means that these are households that are incomplete.
We are field data collectors, and we've completed our day's work, and we are now going to transfer the data to the supervisor. We do that by clicking this and then export collection of data via QR code. And then we have to generate a QR code from the supervisor's device by hitting import via QR code. Once the QR code is generated on the supervisor's device, the data collector's device scans the QR code and the data is transferred. The way to confirm that the data has been transferred from the data collector's device to the supervisor's device is to looking at the screen on the data collector, in this case, the households that have been converted to purple, and confirming the same households on the supervisor's device have been also converted to purple.
I just repeated the same process as Ryan, and the upload of my data was successful, as you can see here. And you can see in orange is the house that I marked as incomplete.